Welcome to the Porte de la Chapelle Arena for Paris 2024 Paralympic Games, and the women's up to 50 kilo and men's up to 59 kilo session. Well, this wonderful arena has hosted badminton, judo, para-badminton, and now it takes center stage for the powerlifting, and that is where all the action happens. It is solely bench press in this sport, which has been involved in the Paralympic Games since 1984, introduced alongside weightlifting. Then in '96 it took the mantle as the power sport on its own. One of the fastest growing sports in terms of participation, with over 100 countries now competing. Here we will see the best women in the world up to the weight of 50 kilos. All the athletes weighed in the day before competition, and also nominating their rack heights for the bar with which they will lift. And here are the competitors. A great range in weight for their first attempt. There can be changes made in the run-up to the first lift. Clearly, as you can see, Clara Fuentes of Venezuela going big early in the competition, with Paralympic and world records set to be under threat. The Porte de la Chapelle Arena is in the 18th arrondissement here in Paris, and it is fostered some of the great creative minds of the great artistic days of Paris. But it's less about brain, more about brawn here today, as we look at some of the records there to be broken. 120 kilos, the current Paralympic record, 120 kilos, the first lift of Clara Fuentes of Venezuela.
Parce que vous, le public, vous avez été au cœur des Jeux aujourd'hui. C'est l'un d'entre vous qui va ouvrir la session. Merci à tous d'être venus sur ces Jeux et merci d'accueillir Alma Meyer.
The unmistakable sound of the coup de baton ready to ring around the Porte de la Chapelle Arena, and this has brought some of the greats of the sports and those who've given a great deal to Paralympics. On this occasion, we have a spectator, Alma Meyer, because the public is at the heart of the games, and no much so more than the spectators who have been so fantastic, the soundtrack to both the Olympics and the Paralympics at Paris 2024. So, for the first lift and our first athlete, and for me, Joe Burns, to introduce Pete Selby.
Many thanks, Joe. Looking forward to this category, this women's up to 50 kilogram. And as you were saying, the opening lift in terms of heaviest weight is matching the Paralympic record. Records are there to be broken, and I think we're going to be breaking them in this session, and I think on maybe a few occasions as well. That's all to come. Our first athlete is on the bench. Now, she'll be underneath the weight of 60 kilograms. Isabella Olero. "37 years old, from Losa de la Vera in Spain. Well used to the Paralympics. Competed in Beijing, London, Rio and Tokyo. 5th Paralympic appearance here for Olero. 60 kilograms. Start being given by the chief referee, down onto the chest. Stop, and then the press. We're looking for at least 2 white lights, and we've got 3 white lights, so a perfect lift to start the competition. Yeah, we need 2 out of 3 in terms of the referees. There's 1 referee to the left, 1 to the right, and then the chief referee behind at the head of the bench. When they give a no lift, they'll give a reason as well. We'll go through the specifications as we go through round 1 of 3 rounds of lifts. Also a perfect way to the competition underway. Onto the chest, there's the stop, and then straight back up. You've got to lock those elbows simultaneously. That's exactly what the experience of Olero has done. Underway with 60 kilograms. And we're off to the perfect start.
Well, the coach there inputting the second weight that the Spaniard will attempt, but now all eyes on Bose Bedje of Nigeria, who approaches the bench for her first time at a Paralympic Games. The 39-year-old put on an impressive performance in Tbilisi in June, where her total best lift was 120 kilos. So this should be a nice little warm-up for the Nigerian, who finished in 2nd place out there at the World Cup. This is the grandest stage that she's ever competed on. Two World Championships previously. She's assisted by her coach being strapped into position.
Start.
She makes light work of the 90 kilos. The press, not to the satisfaction of the chief referee. However, the 2 side referees, left and right, very happy and happy enough to vote with a white light. Majority reigns in powerlifting. 2 white lights is all you need for a good lift, 2 reds for a no lift. And for Bose Bedje, it is all good at 90 kilos.
Dang Diling Fong of Vietnam, 93 kilograms for her first attempt, 41 years old. Paralympic bronze medalist from Rio when lifting 102. Had a fabulous career, former world silver medalist and bronze medalist. Bronze was only a year ago, so still 41-year-old in fabulous form and a medal contender at major championships, Asian Para Games, and silver medal, and that's a very tough competition. That was only 2 years ago, so it's been a brilliant career. Paralympic bronze in Rio, 102 was her best. Starting the competition then with 93. And when the athlete is announced, the 2-minute countdown begins. We'll be given a warning with the minutes. There is the 1-minute warning.
Start.
Told to start by the chief referee. And now racked by the chief referee. We await the decision, and it's 3 white lights. Well, those are all rather easy for Wang Tinglifeng. That was a very smooth lift. But when you have a track record of lifting an awful lot more and winning medals at major championships, 93, even though it's an extraordinary weight, made to look quite easy there. Plenty to come from Dang.
The spotter loaders working hard to reorganise the weights on the bar, but also adjust the racking height as well. They're very busy as well because they're going to lend spotting coverage as well for all the athletes, including Maria Rizonaide da Silva, a 42-year-old who lives in Natal. And she is out for her first ever Paralympic lift. She finished 7th at the World Championships in Dubai in 2023 with a lift of 94. And this just demonstrates the kind of trajectory her powerlifting is on as she racks up 102 in total for her opening lift, coming off the back of a silver medal in Santiago in November 2023 at the Pan American Games. So she has big competition mentality. She has an even bigger lift ahead of her. Carlos Williams Rodriguez da Silva assisting her initially.
Start.
It's really well received by everyone here in the arena, but disappointingly for Rizonaide da Silva, not so by the judges. You can just see in the bottom right of the screen there, the light system, 1 white, 2 red, that is a no lift. And also just below that as well was an extra colour, 2 purple rectangles. That signifies that the fault in the lift was with the press sequence. We use a range of colour symbols to denote the elements that the referees aren't happy with. Blue for the down, turquoise for the body position, and orange for the stop. No lift, but on to the next athlete.
Here comes Camila Campos for her first lift, 111 kilograms. Lifted 115 when finishing 4th in Tokyo. Part of a very strong team from Chile who won the mixed team world championships 3 years ago in Tbilisi, one of the major cities in the world of powerlifting. Tbilisi. Flag bearer at the opening ceremony. Pan American Game champion. So part of the mixed team, won that title again. 29 years old from Santiago. 111 kilograms. Locks out those elbows. Doesn't matter about the speed on the way back up. Good lift. Prime example there. It's all about the elbows, locking out simultaneously. It's a perfect example by Camila Campos. It was slow from the chest, that doesn't matter. And even if the bar's not horizontal, it can go down on one side. But as long as those elbows then are locked out together, that's what matters. Perfect pause on the chest as well. And a very good start from Camila Campos. Inputting the weight for the next lift.
Here comes the Uzbekistani athlete Arkidakon Akhtamova, 31 years old, making her Paralympic bow. And coming to this competition having achieved a 9th place finish in the up to 50 kilo category at the World Championships in Dubai in 2023. It's a lift of 90 kilos, so this is an enormous step up, both in terms of stage, of pressure, and certainly weight. Arkidakon Akhtamova.
Start.
This will be interesting. Now, it didn't go up level. It was walked up somewhat, but it is about the extension. It's about locking the elbows out simultaneously. It's not as much about the journey on the way up, which in previous editions it was. However, all 3 referees taking issue with the press, and also one there unhappy with the stop sequence as well. The stop sequence being when the bar arrives on the chest, it needs to make contact, and there needs to be a clear stop. It can't bounce back up. I wonder, maybe one thought, was that there for not long enough? A lift challenge has been submitted though. So this will go to a jury of 3. All 3 must agree for the decision to be overturned. We did see challenges submitted in previous Paralympics that have been approved, and there's some deliberation being taken here. Meanwhile, Britain's Olivia Broom is delayed. Confirmation that the lift challenge was unsuccessful, so the no lift will stand, but clearly sufficient evidence for the Uzbekistani Zan Akhtamova to believe that she's in good lifting form, and she'll be back for attempt 2 in with a good chance of shifting that opening weight of 112 kilos.
Olivia Broom of Great Britain walks to the stage. Current world champion, bronze medalist from Tokyo. Commonwealth and European silver medalist as well. A 23-year-old with an awful lot of support here in the Chappelle Arena from Manchester. Into powerlifting though, trains and sports at the famous Sporting University of Loughborough. And looking for more Paralympic medals. Now 112 is more than she lifted in Tokyo for that bronze. 107 was lifted in Tokyo. This is the same weight that she won the World Championships in Dubai last year with. So it's a mighty weight for an opening lift for Olivia. some lift that, Olivia Broom, my word. 112 kilograms again. That was enough to win the World Championships last year for Olivia and has made light work of 112. Broom meaning business here in Paris. And the world champion off to a fabulous start. 3 white lights for Olivia Broom. Quickly down onto the chest. Perfect pause, really. And then the press sequence was perfect.
Time for our penultimate lift of the opening rounds here in the women's up to 50 kilo category, and it is the People's Republic of China being represented by Xiao Jinping, the 26-year-old from Nanchang, which is in the Jiangxi province of China. And she too had her first Paralympic Games and comes with some medal pedigree, and she's just gesturing there to the referees of a consideration for her impairment. You probably won't be able to see it, but on the board in the venue there are dispensations that just notify the referees that some elements of athletes' impairments don't enable them to potentially have a full elbow lock, for example. So these are all taken into consideration on the lifts. And this is the first of Xiao Jinping. Well, the face sort of belied the result there, really. Made an expression that she may not be overjoyed with her performance there, but it was good enough for 2 out of the 3 referees. And Xiao Jinping leapfrogs Olivia Broom, and she goes to the top of the leaderboard with a lift of 119 kilos. Just 1 kilo shy of the Paralympic record.
Laura Fuentes will be next, and this will be the final lift in round 1. Now the weight on the bar is 120 kilograms. This will equal the Paralympic record. Rehab Ahmed from Tokyo. Fuentes, bronze medalist in Tokyo at the up to 41 kilogram category. So it's going to a couple of weight categories here. In that trip from Tokyo up to 41, as well, up to 45 in the World Championships last year, finished with a silver medal, and now in the up to 50 kilogram category, the Pan American Games champion. Caracas in Venezuela. Laura Fuentes, Clarita, as she is known by. Opening lift of 120 kilograms. Again, this will be equaling that Paralympic record. Final lift of round 1. 27-year-old Venezuelan.
Start.
120. The crowd like it, but the judges do not. It's the stop sequence from both of the referees. The stop sequence on the chest. Just confirming with her coach. Than Sequeira, who's informing Clarita exactly what the problem was. See once again, so on the chest, two of the referees, either side, the left and the right referee, they not like the stop part, whether it wasn't quite on the chest for their liking. The rest of the lift looked fine, but yeah, just confirming tapping the chest. And it will be Clara Fuentes. Try again in round two at that, again, huge weight of 120.
Well, the vibe being created by the sports presentation team here at the Porte de la Chapelle Arena. And the out in front leader at the moment is China's Zhao Jinping, Olivia Brute, the silver medal bird, and Camila Campos of Chile, currently populating that bronze medal position, but plenty more lifts to come. And so too, Spain's Loida Zabala, successful at 60 kilos with her first attempt. Throwing another 10 kilos on the bar for a potential lift of 70 kilos now for the woman who calls Losa de la Vera home. Her 5th Paralympic Games, incredible achievement on its own. Particularly so when you consider that at sort of World Cups and World Championship events, there's upward of 400 athletes who are involved, but at the Paralympics, nations limited to 1 athlete per classification. And Loida Zabala considered the very best in Spain to be lifting in this up to 50 kilo final. And that's precisely why, because it's not just a good lift, it is as good a lift as you get. 3 white lights and a nice big smile to match the accomplishment of 70 kilos mastered on the bench here in Paris. The 5-time Paralympian with 2 good lifts out of 2. Bit of additional time in between the next athlete coming because of a re-racking of the bar. Athletes have 2 minutes from the moment their name is announced to make it to the bench and to commence their lift. But obviously if there is a rack height difference, then you get a bit of extra time.
Ho Chi Minh City, here comes Dang Philafort. Second lift, 98 kilograms. The first was successful, 93 kilograms. The former bronze medalist from Rio. Has always competed in the up to 50 kilogram category. Bronze medalist from Rio, silver and bronze in the past. World Championships, current bronze medalist actually, with 103, so 98. Should be well within her capability on a good day. But here, of course, the referees to all agree, at least 2 out of 3. So 98 has been lifted in the past, on many occasions. See whether Tina Fan can here in Paris. 98 kilograms, round 2.
Start. Break.
And a good lift and a big smile from Dang Thi La Phong. 3 white lights. So 98 kilograms. Successful in round 2. Should be looking over 100, one would suspect, in round 3. A measured lift. And successful in round 2. So 98 completed from Dang Thi La Phong of Vietnam.
Osebeje of Nigeria returns for her second attempt, and it was a smart old first lift at 90 kilos, but quite a step up here, throwing an extra 10 onto the bar. So the Nigerian will attempt 100 kilos here, and a successful lift would take her up to 4th position and put a bit of pressure on Dang Thi La Phong, who's just gone before her successfully. Cluster of athletes who are sort of knocking around the 4th position, so we could have quite a nice little competition unfolding here outside of the medal positions.
Start. Break.
Well, looks really, really comfortable for the Nigerian at the moment. Once again, the chief referee wasn't happy with the press sequence, but both referees on the left, on the right, more than happy to signal white lights, and a successful lift for the Nigerian. So 2 from 2, the perfect start to her Paralympic campaign. Just one more required for a perfect trio. Down, the stop, the press, and the extension of the arms and the locking out of the elbows in unison. Getting a bit of comfort there on her way through. She clearly wants all 3 white lights.
Lifter from Brazil. Here we are. Rosaneda da Silva, 42 years old, from Natal. 7th in the world last year. She's gone way beyond that already in terms of weights. This is 102, second attempt. Been applied. It's a 1 minute warning, they'll take up plenty of that time. There is no rush, you've got 2 minutes to get in the perfect position, all important. Not too far, not too near, just right. And it's a case of setting yourself for this, what will be second attempt of the 102. No lift in round 1.
Start. Break.
But a good lift this time. Making up for that first round lift and a nice punch to the air. So Maria's competition is underway, and it's a big leap from bottom of the leaderboard after that no lift in round 1 straight up into 4th place currently with that 102. One more lift to come from Maria. But 4th place currently as we're halfway through this second round of lifts in the women's up to 50 kilogram category.
Exciting competition unfolding for that 4th position at the moment. Here with the Uzbekistani Akidakon Akhtamova. She is vying for something a little higher. Unsuccessful in her first attempt at 112 kilos. She opts for the same weight, and it is a weight that would carry her above Camila Campos, who's in the bronze medal position, and just behind Olivia Broom in silver, who has lifted precisely this weight, but she has lifted it first.
Start. Break.
The arena waits, and Akhtamova is rewarded with 2 white lights. A mighty shift of 112 kilos and a bronze berth ceiling one at that. She leapfrogs Camila Campos, the Chilean, who is coming next. And look at the effort. Worth every last drop of it. She is in the bronze medal position. Chile's Camila Campos is to come.
Well, this category, this women's up to 50 kilogram category is bubbling up quite nicely for both the gold and bronze medal at the moment. See what Fuentes can do at the end of this round with her second round lift, but at the moment, Olivia Broom coming over and also Camila Campos all looking towards the medals, towards bronze, but also it could well be more with, again, Fuentes. That's the end of this round of lifts. 113 then for Camila Campos. Lifted 111 in round 1. $113 on the bar. Pan American Games champion. Into a very strong Chile team in their home championships last year, Santiago. 113. And a good lift. 3 white lights and look very comfortable as well for Camila. 113 will take Camila currently into second place above Olivia Broom. Camila Campos then 113 kilograms. Very smooth and that lockout. Perfect with the elbows. And puts herself firmly in the medals picture.
Well, you said it, Pete. This competition is beginning to bubble rather nicely here, with athletes leapfrogging one another up and down the table and into the medal positions. And Olivia Broom started this round in the silver medal position. She's dropped to third after that lift from Camila Campos. This lift of 114 kilos will best the Chileans by a single kilo. 27-year-old, 23-year-old, who seeks inspiration from the great British para swimmer Ellie Simmonds. Lies beneath 114 kilos. And the prospect of regaining her silver medal position. Come on, the cry from her coach, Conor McDonald. And come on from the referees. Come on up to the silver medal position once again. 114 kilos, 3 white lights. Olivia Broom bristling in this women's up to 50 kilo final. She's back into second, but you would venture there are a number of twists and turns around this leaderboard to come in the third final and decisive round of lifts.
Laura Fuentes has an awful lot of say on this competition. For gold, for bronze. She has failed in her first attempt at 120. So a lift here of 120 would see her go from, at the moment, right at the bottom of the leaderboard, straight up to the gold medal position, with Zhao still to lift in her first round two, end of round two. So this will drop the likes of Broom down to the bronze medal position. Campos out of the medals, and put herself right at the top. So everyone backstage were watching this. So once again, this is 120 kilograms. This is to go level with the current Paralympic record, which will be under threat from Zhao Jinping in the next couple of minutes. Bronze medalist from Tokyo at the up to 41, so it's the first major competition at this weight. And a good lift this time. 3 wide lights, and that 120 again is level with the Paralympic record. A tremendous lift, and that makes a huge change to the leaderboard. Straight to the top then with that 120, with Zhao still to come. Drops Broom down into third, Campos into fourth. We now have a battle developing for the gold, and then that battle for bronze as well.
Well, that lift that just went before was not just a lift to take the lead, it was a Paralympic record equaling lift of 120 kilos. But that may not last too much longer. In fact, I would give it under 2 minutes shelf life, potentially, as Zhao Jinping takes to the stage once more, successful with her opening lift of 119 kilos, and now racking up 123 kilos. This is a whole 3 kilos more than Rehab Ahmed of Egypt, who is the reigning Paralympic record holder. That's successful lift coming in Tokyo in August 2021. Xiao Jinping for the lead and for the Paralympic record.
Start.
Xiao Jinping falls short on her attempt to blow through the Paralympic record, but so too pertinently for us here in Paris, her attempt to overhaul Clara Fuentes of Venezuela. We have a new leader at the end of this second round of lifting, and it is the Venezuelan who failed in her first attempt. Xiao Jinping fails on her second attempt, and she now sits in silver with weight until her third. Confirmation there of the top three: Fuentes, Xiao Jinping and Olivia Broom. Gold, silver and bronze. There's a lot of movement to come in that leaderboard. You look at the congestion, you look at the tightness of the scores. Really, really exciting competition on our hands.
The jury has agreed with the referees, no lift.
Well, a challenge was mounted there by Xiao Jinping and unsuccessful. Didn't get the call from all three jurors. Now, these challenge cards, you have to pay for them. You have to pay for these challenges, and they have the most challenge cards ever in a competition have been dished out for this Paralympics. There's 160 odd. So you can have unlimited challenges if you so wish, but you have to pay every time, and the money generated from these challenge cards goes to worthy causes in the sport.
Round 3 underway in the women's up to 50 kilogram category. Where will the medals end up? It's a fascinating competition for bronze and for gold. That's what they'll be fighting over towards the end of the competition. These powerlifters lifting some tremendous weights. Zabala. 60 kilograms round 1, 70 in round 2, and 75 being attempted here in round 3. Looking to finish her Paralympic campaign here in Paris with a perfect record. Encouraged from the stands.
Start.
Locking out those elbows together. And Zabala is 3 from 3. She is absolutely delighted with that, and so she should be. Again, 3 from 3, the perfect competition for Zabala. And delight is quickly joined in equal measure by plenty of emotion as well. Zabala will look back on this competition, I'm sure, with great pride. 3 from 3. 75 kilograms in round 3. And Lorena Zabala can look back on these Paralympic Championships with pride. Again, plenty of emotion, but also with that perfect record as well.
Dang Thi Linh Phong heads out looking to follow in suit of Loida Zabala and record 3 successful lifts, 93 and 98. All accomplished by the woman hailing from Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. With the French used to call the Pearl of the Far East. Can the 41-year-old come up with a big lift here to round off her campaign here in Paris? 103 kilos on the bar for Dang Thi Linh Phong.
Start.
Listing a little on the press and, well, understandably, 3 red lights for the press, which lost its way somewhat on the ascent. So, bit of disappointment for Dang Thi Linh Phong, who will settle for 98 kilos as her best lift out of the 3. The lockout not being deemed equitable enough. Bit of dominance on the right-hand side, potentially. And I think she knew the moment it was back up on the rack. So no third and final lift for the athlete from Vietnam, but a good performance of 98 kilos, her best lift.
Maria Rezanade de Silva currently in 6th place for Brazil. 107 is on the bar. 102 was lifted at the second attempt in round 2. So 107 will see De Silva remain in 6th place. One place higher than the World Championships last year. Carlos Rodriguez de Silva. Spotting Maria. And will receive the ball from her coach. 107 kilograms, round 3.
Start.
The coach likes it, but the referees do not. One referee with the press and also a stop sequence as well from the chief referee behind the head of the lifter. In terms of position on the leaderboard, again, Maria De Silva will remain in 6th place. No appeal to be made, and walks away now in 6th place in Paris, is where she will finish in the up to 50 kilogram category.
Uzbekistan's Akidakon Akhtamova is heading out for her 3rd lift, and an attempt of 115 kilos. She was unsuccessful in her opening attempt at 112. She came back in the 2nd for a good lift at that same weight, and now with 115 ratcheted up, this lift is one that would put her in the bronze medal position. It would take her 1 kilo ahead of Great Britain's Olivia Broom, who currently sits in 3rd. This is a huge lift for Akhtamova, and the sense of anticipation can be felt here at the Porte de la Chapelle Arena. A lift for a chance of bronze for Akidakon Akhtamova.
Start. Break.
Unfortunately, it is a few kilos too far for the Uzbekistani. Disappointment on her face, but 112 kilos, which at one stage had her sat in the bronze medal position. But it's a really good competition here in Paris. There have been some really strong performances from all the athletes from around the globe, just unable to find the strength to press that bar up. And Akidakon Akhtamova of Uzbekistan records a no lift and is currently in 5th position.
Now, Camila Campos comes to the stage knowing that the 4-way battle for a bronze medal has now turned into a 3 powerlifter battle. You have Camila Campos currently in 4th place with 113. This is 117 on the bar, so this will take Campos clear then of Broom, currently in 3rd place. Still with Brigide to lift as well. So Campos, with her final lift, 117 kilograms, to move into the bronze medal position in Paris. Currently in 4th place, where she finished in Tokyo. To finish in that 4th place for 2 Paralympics in succession.
Start.
Campos is trying, she's trying, but can't lock out those elbows. Slaps her sides in disappointment. It's a no lift. 117 kilograms, just beyond her today. Halfway up the press sequence. Just didn't have the strength today to complete the final part of the lift. First 2 sections were absolutely fine. Halfway up, just didn't have the strength to lock out the elbows. And it will be a round 2 lift of 113 for Camila Campos in the Paralympic Championships here in Paris. 113 kilograms, remains in 4th place.
Time for Bose Beje of Nigeria, whose lifting trajectory in this competition is nothing short of extraordinary. She warmed herself up with 90 kilos for her first attempt, threw another 10 on for a lift of 100, and now she goes a whole 18 kilos more now in her bid to leapfrog 1, 2, 3, 4 ahead of her on the leaderboard. But the main one that she has in her sights is Olivia Broom. Who has said that she is going to attempt 119 in her next lift, which is coming up. Bose Beje. Doesn't get lift off. It was her only recourse, really, given the numbers that had been put up by those who'd gone before. This is where the tactics of lifting come in, come the 3rd round, because you're allowed to jockey, you're allowed to change. You can't move your nominated number down if someone before you has gone. Can't go below their weight. And with Camila Campos going for 117, Beje knew that she had to go for 118 if Campos was successful. She wanted a medal, and that's what she wanted. She won't get one, but Olivia Broom will. What colour will it be?
Here comes the world champion, knowing that she's going to get a medal. 3rd place is assured, so another championships where Olivia Broom will walk away with a medal, just like she did in Tokyo with the bronze. 119 kilograms for Olivia Broom, working out quite purposefully as well. She had a determined look on her face throughout the entire competition. Very, very focused. Broom is here to win medals. That is assured. Let's just watch shade. 119 for Olivia Broom, round 3. A huge roar from the crowd and from Olivia. And a good lift. 3 wide lights. Olivia Broom with the perfect competition. 3 from 3. 112, 114 and 119 kilograms. Olivia Broom is a Paralympic medalist once again. That determination and focus look on her face has turned into delight as she walks away from the Ben Shad, the Porte de la Chapelle Arena. And now we try and work out who's going to win gold. Records could well fall in the next few minutes.
Well, now things get interesting because Xiao Jinping is back at the bench and she's back attempting 123 kilos, which is what she failed in her 2nd attempt. And she needs this one to overhaul Clara Fuentes, who's in the gold medal position. And once again, we're looking at a Paralympic record. The record, 120 kilos, held by Rehab Ahmed and Clara Fuentes, who leveled it in this competition. Can Xiao Jinping climb to the top of the leaderboard and take a slice of history with her on the way?
Start. Break.
The answer is no for the Chinese athlete, who fails at 123 kilos, again just one shy of that Paralympic record of 120 kilos. She claims silver for the time being. However, there is the prospect of power lifts with Olivia Broom, Xiao Jinping, and of course Clara Fuentes, all within range of the Paralympic record. So we could see a fourth lift from Jinping. In fact, she is over at the console deliberating with her coach at the moment. You've got 60 seconds to indicate whether you will go for that power lift. But now all eyes on Venezuela's Clara Fuentes.
Clara Fuentes in round 3, 124 kilograms for a new Paralympic record. Fuentes from Caracas in Venezuela. Bronze medal winner in Tokyo. He's gone up 2 weight categories since then. He's now underneath 124 kilograms in round 3 for a new Paralympic record. Clara Fuentes just making sure everything is correct. ...124 kilograms.
Start.
Locks out the elbows, a huge roar from the crowd. And a good lift as well, and a new Paralympic record for Clara Fuentes of Venezuela. 124 in round 3, breaking the Paralympic record. What a superb lift. After the disappointment of round 1, a new Paralympic record for Clara Fuentes. Takes the applause of the crowd. Clara Fuentes, that was exceptional. To move up 2 weight categories since the Tokyo Paralympics. And up to 150 kilograms really has worked out for Fuentes. Fuentes may not well be done just yet. That powerlift attempt possibly still to come. That's what it means to have gold and a new Paralympic record. Confirmation of the Paralympic record for Clara Fuentes of Venezuela, 124 kilograms. Zhao Jinping of the People's Republic of China with 119 kilograms with the silver, and Olivia Broom of Great Britain, another Paralympic medal, and it's bronze with, again, 119 kilograms. A fabulous competition in the women's up to 50 kilogram category, right down to the final lifts for all of the medals. They take a Paralympic record to win gold.
cérémonie des remises de médailles qui va débuter d'ici quelques petites secondes et vous pourrez les acclamer une nouvelle fois, nos athlètes, nos super athlètes. Mesdames et messieurs, la cérémonie des vainqueurs de la compétition de Powerlifting, moins de 59 kilos chez les dames.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for Powerlifting women's up to 50 kilo category.
Victory ceremony for the women's up to 50 kilogram category. And what a tremendous category it was, going down to the very last lifts.
Les médailles seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
Monsieur Christian Holtz, directeur général de World Parasports.
Managing Director, World Parasports.
Accompagné par
Accompanied by
Christian Holtz, Director of
Monsieur
World
Jorge
Parasports,
Moreno,
giving the medals.
responsable de World Powerlifting.
Head of World Powerlifting.
Jorge Moreno, the head of World Powerlifting.
Médaillé de bronze représentant la Grande-Bretagne.
Bronze medalist representing Great Britain, Olivia Broom.
A bronze medal for Olivia Broom of Great Britain, following her bronze medal in Tokyo. It's bronze here in Paris. 119 kilograms. A perfect 3 from 3 record for Olivia. And a bronze medal once again. Olivia Broom of Great Britain, bronze medal winner.
Médaillé d'argent représentant la Chine.
Silver medalist representing People's Republic of China, Zhou Jinping.
Zhou Jinping of the People's Republic of China with the silver medal. 119 kilograms lifted once again. This time was in round 1. Attempts at new Paralympic records. Try and win gold. Were attempted in rounds 2 and 3. But we go back to round 1 and that 119 kilograms. And it will be a silver medal for Zhou Jinping and her first Paralympic Games.
Médaille d'or et championne paralympique pour le Venezuela.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Venezuela, Clara Fuentes.
Clara Fuentes of Venezuela is the Paralympic champion in the women's up to 50 kilogram category. Started off at 120, lifted that in round 2, and then 124 in round 3. A new Paralympic record to go alongside the gold medal as well. Clara Fuentes is the Paralympic champion.
Si vous le pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne du Venezuela.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you're able for the anthem of Venezuela. gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
A thrilling women's up to 50 kilogram category. Bronze medal for Olivia Broom, Zhao Jinping with the silver. And for Venezuela, a gold medal, Clara Fuentes, and also a Paralympic record.
Là, je vois des cartons par terre, des papiers et tout, quand on s'en va, il n'y a plus rien par terre. C'est pas à vous de pas savoir. You want to do what? So, you want to... Yeah, I have. Over there. Because I have to go to the down.
Est-ce que ça parle pour vous? Est-ce que ça parle pour nous? Dans quelques instants, la compétition de Paralympic catégorie masculine, moins de 59 kilos jusqu'à 59 kilos. rendez-vous cette fille. Arrêtez de faire sur la tête. Je vous rappelle, s'il vous plaît, pas de flash autorisé sur les téléphones pendant la compétition et vos téléphones aussi.
A reminder, please turn off the flash on your cell phone. No flash photography, please.
The Paris 2024 Powerlifting is underway, and it's the men's up to 59 kilo category, which is getting underway here at the Porte de la Chapelle Arena. And as you can see, quite the range from Peru's Diego Quispe all the way up to Egypt's Mohamed El Menyoui, who is looking to notch 200 kilos on his first attempt. Para-powerlifting, one of the fastest growing sports in the world in terms of participation. Over 100 countries active. There are 180 athletes here representing a multitude of nations across the Paris 2024 program. And unlike world competitions, the places are a little more limited. There's often in excess of 400 athletes out there, and the likes of Sharif Osman of Egypt, who holds both the Paralympic and the world record dating all the way back to Rio, where he shifted an extraordinary 211 kilos. each National Paralympic Committee is only able to have one athlete in each weight class. There is a different Egyptian in for this one, Mohamed El-Menawi, who will be looking to follow in the footsteps of the great Paralympic and world record holder Osman. Atmosphere beginning to build in the Porte de la Chapelle arena. My name's Joe Burns and I'm joined by Pete Selby.
Thank you, Joe. It's a competition with, you mentioned Sharif Osman, who is the hero of Mohamed El-Menawi, who, as you mentioned, is an opening lift of 200 kilograms. Well, that is only 11 kilograms from Paralympic and world record by Osman. So 25-year-old El-Menawi could well be up to that sort of weight in this category. These are the referees, left side, right side, and then the chief referee, Renato Lachi of Brazil. 3 referees. We need 2 of the 3 to give white lights if it will be a good lift.
Yes, so the referee's all important. There is a chief referee that sits at the head of the bench, and then the other 2 referees, left and right, situated on either side, and each angle gives a different view, as you can imagine. So they all get their opportunity to cast a vote as to whether the lift is good. And in that, they are looking at different stages of the lifting sequence: the down sequence, the body position throughout the entirety of the lift, the stop sequence, where the bar must make contact with the chest and be stopped dead still, and then the press sequence is the ascent, where the key element is the locking out of the elbows of both arms simultaneously, though consideration will be taken into account for the athlete's impairment. So that is the stage, that is the bench, and that is where records are to be broken and will be broken, you'd imagine, across the Paralympic programme here at Paris 2024. And it's fitting that we're here in France, with it being the home of the bench press. It's credited to George Hackenschmidt, the world's first professional wrestling heavyweight champion, who invented the movement in 1890, around the 1890s. The Estonian-born muscle man, who also is credited with developing the hack squat. Well, there's one sporting class in para-powerlifting, and athletes that have been impacted in the lower limbs or the hips, but there's 20 different weight class competitions, 10 men, 10 women, with 80 male and 80 female athletes qualifying, with 20 by-party commission places as well, and a maximum number of 16 athletes per National Paralympic Committee. And of course, our referees and our spotter loaders, the team behind who are charged with loading the weights onto the bar, adjusting the racking height as well, which is information that the athletes confirmed the day before competition, which is also the day before they're weighed in. Although there is a dispensation in the rules to state that there can be surprise spot weighs on the day of competition, so important not to overindulge in the popcorn whilst chilling out the night before when you're trying to take your mind off the pressures of a Paralympic Games at Paris 2024. Final 30 seconds before the competition commences, and from when the athlete's name is called out, they have 2 minutes to take to the bench and to commence their lift. Great drama, great pressure builds. The ultimate release, a good lift in the Porte de Chapelle Arena.
The competition is underway, and here comes Diego Quispe. Is our first athlete on stage. 125 kilograms is on the bar. We have the reigning Paralympic champion here and bronze medalist. Mentioned Sherif Osman, who won the silver medal in Tokyo. It's in the up to 59 kilogram category. Quispe from Peru, 25 years old, from Lima. Completed in the recent World Championship last year. Lifted 117 and 120 before that in Tbilisi. Plays football for the Peru national team. People of short stature. Took up the sport in 2017, and his aim to qualify for the Paralympics. Well, Diego has done just that. 125 is on the bar in round one. And a good lift for Diego Quispe. We are underway then in the men's up to 59 kilogram category with a good lift. 3 white lights. All 3 of the referees enjoyed that and gave Diego Quispe a perfect start. 125 kilograms lifted in round one. Quickly down onto the chest. Lovely stop section there, just into the chest and then straight back up. Arms locking out simultaneously, and an excellent lift from Diego. The perfect start.
Konstantin Panasiuk, the 33-year-old from Odessa in the Ukraine, is revved up and ready to lift in his second Paralympics. It was a 6th place finish at Tokyo 2020 with a best lift of 155 kilos. Well, park that, because Konstantin is going for 15 kilos more straight from the off here in Paris. He's got serious world championship pedigree, having claimed gold, a couple of silvers and a bronze across multiple team events, yet to taste individual glory other than a bronze in the Europeans in Tbilisi in 2022. But he starts his Parisian powerlifting journey with arms aloft and a huge 170 kilo good lift. 2 white lights out of the 3, that'll do. And Konstantin Panasiuk, well, he was roaring before he even hit the bench. And after that lift, that press, there was even more to roar about. Good lift to kick off the Ukrainians' campaign here at the Porte de la Chapelle.
Stanislav Shekiev, Kazakhstan, 36 years old. His first Paralympic Games. Used to the big stage, has competed in 3 World Championships. Best performance finishing 4th, 2021 in Tbilisi. Georgia lifting 161, has lifted in competition in Dubai only last year, 176, this very weight. Relative late coming to the sports, 36 now, started competing at 30. With those World Championship appearances, making up for lost time and Paralympic debut here, so 176. Best in major competitions and his opening weight here in Paris. Stanislav Shekiev of Kazakhstan. Round 1.
Start. Right.
And a good lift from Shekiev. 176, so that's equaling again his best in major competition. A great way to start here in Paris. Stanislav Shekiev, an early leader in round 1.
Time for the arrival of the Greek athlete Paskalis Kouloumoglu, who is a 2-time Paralympian previously, and he gets better and better with every cycle. 5th in Rio with a lift of 145, 7th in Tokyo with a lift of 163, and that was coming in after a spot of injury issues with his shoulder. But he comes here in fine form, having lifted 188 in 2023 in Dubai at the World Championships. An opening lift of 176 kilos from the 29-year-old Greek.
Referee, flags, please.
Which is going to be ratified by flags due to a few technical gremlins in the system. 3 white flags. But he doesn't surrender to the bar. He dominates it. 176 kilos from Paskalis Kouloumoglu. A good first lift.
Not only is new weight added to the bar, but also rack height as well, adjusted for every athlete. Great work by the loaders. We are ready now for our next athlete. chief referee, just making sure everything's okay. And Carlos Garrido Acevedo of Chile, 44 years old, most experienced athletes in this weight category. This will be a 4th Paralympic Games. Competed back in Sydney. Was 4th in Tokyo. Part of a very, very strong Chile team when winning the World Championship mixed team event in Tbilisi in 2021, and from Santiago, and well, won in Santiago in the Pan American Games. Also part of their mixed team success. It's a brilliant campaign that was last year in Santiago. Injured his right shoulder during those championships in Santiago last year. A bit of time off since, regularly does so in his career to keep his body able to keep lifting at the age of 44. Here he is in Paris at his 4th Paralympic Games.
Start.
He knows when it is a good lift. And getting the crowd going as well. Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo, starting his 4th Paralympic Games in great style. 3 from 3 from the referees and 180 kilograms. The Chilean is, at the moment, top of the leaderboard. Why not getting the crowd going? Delighted with his lift, but also trying to get the crowd involved in this competition, which they are responding in turn.
Ji Yongkai, the reigning Paralympic champion from Tokyo, has taken to the stage, and he is on the bench and eager to get lifting already. It was 187 kilos that he shifted in that gold medal winning performance in the up to 59 kilo category in Japan's capital. But now 25, now that little bit older, with that additional muscular development, he is opening his Paris 2024 5 kilos heavier than the weight that saw him claim gold. 192 kilos for Ji Yongkai.
Start.
That's as smooth as it gets for Ji Yongkai. He leaps to the top of the leaderboard, a whole 12 kilos beyond the effort of the Chilean. But we've got a fierce competition ahead of us. A lot of big lifters, and we could be strapping ourselves in for lots of snakes and ladders as far as the leaderboard is concerned. But lift number 1 is a good one for Ji Yongkai. He moves to the top of the leaderboard.
Next athlete is Mohsen Bakhtiar from the Islamic Republic of Iran. Now, when it comes to the first round lifts, 190, 192, which Bakhtir will attempt to lift here. The athlete with 192 and 200 from Al-Manyawi still to come. Well, it's pretty easy to look at those four weights and go, this is maybe some competition for the medals. With para-powerlifting, it doesn't normally work out that way. There's always surprises. But this men's up to 59 kilogram category, at the moment, looking at the leaderboard and again those weights, it just has all the hallmarks of a bit of a classic brewing. Well, we are still in round one. Pushing back up underneath this weight. 5th in the World Championships in Tbilisi's best finish. And a good lift for Machine. 5th in the World Championships in Tbilisi a few years ago now. 6th last time in Dubai a year back. That's a tremendous start to his competition. Delighted to represent his nation, and well, he's done so superbly in round one. A couple of athletes with 192 attempts in round one, and the first of which lifted, and the second here, Machine Bakhtir, very impressively doing so as well.
Herbert Aceituno of El Salvador, hailing from the capital city, San Salvador, and a bronze medalist in Tokyo in this same weight classification. That day, he lifted 184 kilos. Today, he starts his Paralympic powerlifting campaign 9 kilos more, 193, a weight that would propel him to the top of the leaderboard. This is a man who came first in the Para-Powerlifting World Cup in Tbilisi just a couple of months ago, towards the end of June, with a best lift of 195. A man peaking in Paris, seemingly. And that will be confirmed if he is to lift this opening weight of 193. Last minute adjustments to his wrist straps. Bit of time pressure on him as the clock ticks down, and assisted by his coach with the lift.
Start. Rack.
Apprehensive applause for Aceituno, who's looking to the boards. We have had some technical issues, so the referees go to the flag, so they put their heads down, they don't look at one another, so that their votes continue to be their own mind, and they are reminders one, 3 white flags, a very, very good lift for Herbert Aceituno, who kicks things off here in Paris with a good stop sequence, a satisfactory press sequence also, and a lift of 193 kilos to take him to the top of the leaderboard.
Mohamed El Manyawi will complete his first round of lifts. 194 indeed now is on the bar for Elman Yawi, who in Tbilisi in the World Cup events in June lifted 195. Egypt with a tremendous history in the sport of powerlifting. Elman Yawi, first Paralympic Games, bronze medalist in the World Championships last year in Dubai. His hero, Sheriff Osman, the world record holder. The 25-year-old looking to emulate his hero and will attempt the heaviest weights in round 1. 194 in round 1 for Mohammed Elman Yawi. And it's a good lift, 3 out of 3 from the referees, and it was a great start for Mohammed Elman Yawi. The heaviest lift in round 1, 194, goes straight to the top of the leaderboard after 1 round. In an event that promised plenty, looking at the opening weights. And we have the top 4 covered by only 2 kilograms. Elman Yawi at the top of the leaderboard. It's going to be some event. So it's a perfect start from the Egyptian Mohammed Elman Yawi. 194 kilograms and leads the way.
Confirmation of just how tight that tussle is for the 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the rest of the competitors all pretty well jammed together. Diego Quispe of Peru is in now, 125 kilos, successfully lifted by the man from the wonderful capital city that is Lima. Just 25 years old, so there is a fair few years of high caliber lifting to come from this Peruvian. He gestures to the referees there just to remind them that there is a dispensation to his lift as driven by his impairment. You might see the athletes going round all 3, and it's also denoted on the screen as well. And that will be taken into consideration by the referees when assessing as to whether it is indeed a good lift. That's an angle we don't get too often. It's quite a nice way to look at what's before the athletes. And it's an angle that Diego will never have seen before. Yeah, he's ready to get after it. Being at his first Paralympic Games, that is. He's seen the bench plenty of times, having taken up the sport in 2017. Been his dream to compete at the Paralympics, and, well, he's living it right now. He's got 1 good lift. Can he get a second at 130 kilos?
Start. Rack.
Muted applause, but they'll get a little noisier now because that smile tells it all. The lift is good from Diego Quispe. 2 white lights sufficient to make it 2 lifts out of 2. High fives all round. And this is an amazing moment for Diego Quispe. You think a 25-year-old at his first Paralympics. It's an enormous stage here at the Porte de la Chapelle. He's only ever previously been to a couple of World Championships. But now here at the biggest event of them all, 2 faultless lifts, and a third to come. He maintains his ninth position, but he climbs to 130 kilos.
Konstantin Panisyuk of Ukraine, currently in 8th place. First round lift of 170 was successful, up to 177 here, so that's quite the increase, 7 kilograms for the Ukrainian. 6th in Tokyo, 155, so we're way beyond that already. Had a tremendous recent World Championships last year, part of the gold medal winning mixed team from Ukraine, and also silver with the straight team events.
Start. Rack.
No lift for Konstantin Panisyuk, and it was the press sequence from all 3 of the referees. And Konstantin will go up stage and readdress that situation. Yeah, all 3 then with the indicator for the press sequence. It's got up to halfway, but the press, again from all 3 referees, remains on 170.
Stanislav Chateau of Kazakhstan has been announced, and he steps out having had a successful lift of 176 kilos, 178 on the bar on this occasion. His delay in coming out means that he is under a degree of time pressure here. He only really emerged with 90 seconds remaining. He doesn't seem remotely flustered though, the 36-year-old, who is another one of our lifters here at his first Paralympics. There is the buzzer to notify everyone that we're into less than 60 seconds remaining to commence the lift. Took up the sport in 2018, latecomer to the sport, age 30, but before he knew it, he was making his international debut a year later. Here he is, first Paralympic Games, second lift, looking to shift 178 kilos.
Start. Rack.
Given the instruction to rack, and given the instruction that he has 3 white lights and a perfect lift for Stanislav Chateau. 178 kilos successfully moved, and 6th place solidified on the leaderboard. Stop, very clear contact with the chest and held there. The bar can't sink into the chest. It has to be stopped dead. Not supported by the chest. All good though from the man from Kazakhstan. He's in 6th.
Paskalis Konomoglu of Greece, 176 in round 1, up to 181 here in round 2. 29 years old, 3rd Paralympic Games, 5th in Rio. 7th in Tokyo. In terms of weight, 145 and 163, so this is way beyond what he's lifted before at Paralympic Games. 4th in the recent World Championships, lifted 188, so has got pedigree to go heavier than 181. But here we are in round 2.
Start.
I'm told to rack there by the chief referee, and a no lift, and it was the press sequence from all three as well, just failing to lock out both elbows before we even take a look at whether they would have been at the same time, failing to lock out on both. So the press sequence is what Pascalis will be thinking about backstage before his 3rd lift. First part onto the stop sequence was fine. Just failing to lock out. And it will be round 3 for his attempt at this weight.
Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo is on his way to the bench. 180 kilos mastered in his opening attempt, and 184 now on the bar for the man originally from Talca in the center of the country. It's about 3 hours south of the capital Santiago, where he lives now. For those of you that are familiar with the shape of Chile, 3 hours doesn't get you very far north to south, stretching pretty much the entirety of the continent of South America. Wonderful sporting country, and one which this man won gold at the Pan American Games in November 2023. Four additional kilos on the bar for Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo. Victor Rubila, his coach, assists in the first instance.
Start.
And that looked like a fine lift, roared upwards. And an explosion of appreciation for his own efforts as well. Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo with another successful lift here in Paris. He solidifies his 5th position with a lift of 184 kilos, and he's not just winning the white light opinions of the referees, he is certainly tapping into the affections of the fans of the Porte de la Chapelle here in Paris. The full extension of the arms, the locking out of the elbows, all in tune. And a second good lift, and one at 184 kilos.
Herbert Acintero, El Salvador, making his way to the bench. 193 lifted in round 1. 195 attempt here for the bronze medalist from Tokyo. 2-time world silver medalist as well. And Herbert's right in there with a chance of another medal. So round 2, 195 kilograms. Eight-year-old underneath the bar. These two go to the top of the leaderboard in round 2, still with 3 athletes to lift. Taking all the time that he needs.
Start. Rack.
No lift from 2 of the 3 referees. Press sequence from the left referee and the right referee as well. The chief just behind head. He was saying it was a good lift, and there is a challenge being made straight away here. So a lift challenge has been submitted, and the jury will now make their decision. So the jury, Santuro is waiting along with his coach. The jury are watching at the same time, and they agree with the referees. It's an unsuccessful lift. So no lift for Herbert Ascenturo. He'll remain with 193 from round 1, and currently remaining in second place in what is bubbling up to be a very, very interesting men's up to 59 kilogram category.
A fascinating men's up to 59 kilo final. Mohsen Bakhtia is heading out representing the Islamic Republic of Iran. The 26-year-old lifted 192 kilos successfully in not just his first lift of these games, his first lift of any games. A Paralympian for the first time, and that's a long journey. This is a culmination of his career to this point, having first competed in a Worlds back in 2014, so a decades-long competition at the top, including successes in the Asia Para Games with silver medals, but now here at the biggest one there is, the Paralympics, lifting out of Gilan province in Iran. Drawing inspiration from great Iranian para-powerlifter Siamand Rahman. 195 kilos on the bar for Mohsen Bakhtia.
Start.
That looks an excellent lift, didn't it? And the Porte de la Chapelle, and chiefly the 3 referees are in utter agreement. 3 white lights for the Iranian, and that has sprung him up to first position. The stop sequence, excellent. The press, cohesive. And all 3 referees loving his work. It's a huge lift. That's put great pressure on the rest of the pack here. And another layer of intrigue comes into this hotly contested men's up to 59 kilo final.
Here comes the reigning world and Paralympic champion, Ji Yong-kai. Is on the bench. 197 kilograms is on the bar. This will go, if successful, straight to the top of the leaderboard by a couple of kilograms.
Yeah!
10 kilograms more than what he lifted when winning gold in Tokyo. The 25-year-old trying to lift 197. in round 2.
Start.
Huge applause from the crowd, and a good lift for the defending champion. 3 white lights. And Ji Young-Kai's straight to the top of the leaderboard, where he knows. Olympic and world champion. 197 kilograms, and just starts to put a bit of distance between himself and the rest. Still with Yawi to come. Huge roar on the press section. And 3 white lights. The defending champ is at the top of the leaderboard.
Time for another twist before the round is done, I should say. Egypt's Mohamed El-Menyawi, who has been sat top of this leaderboard for much of this second round by virtue of his lift of 194 kilos in the opening round. We're getting to some big numbers here with Ki Young-Kai, Mohsen Bakhtia and Herbert Asetuno all pushing each other, and Mohamed El-Menyawi towards the 200 mark. The 25-year-old Egyptian. He's got his coach Andre Akebre alongside him, settling him onto the bench. Rather fittingly, seeking inspiration from the great Sharif Osman, who is the current Paralympic and world record holder in this classification. Wide eyes, looking for the call, looking for the white lights, and getting 2 of them. The chief referee, the only one to press red on his pad. The 2 side referees saying that they like the look of that lift, happy with all the elements. And Mohamed El-Menyawi re-establishes himself at the top of the leaderboard with a successful lift of 198 kilos. Goodness me. What a contest we've got on our hands. Just 3 kilos separating the gold, silver and bronze. And of course, the El Salvadorian just on the doorstep of that podium as well. That's a lot of nice minor battles going on further down the leaderboard. I feel we may be in for a stunning 3rd round of lifts.
Let's get this 3rd round underway with Diego Quispe. The medals to be sorted out in a short while. Diego Quispe of Peru. 2 from 2 so far. It's been a fabulous Paralympic Games. 125, 130, rounds 1 and 2. Now 133. The man from Lima. Superb so far on his Paralympic debut. He plays football for the Peru national team. Actually, short stature. Strong man, you don't want to look against him. took up the sport because he wanted to strengthen his upper body. 2017. Now at 25, he's underneath 133 kilograms in round 3 of the Paralympic Games. So to make it a perfect competition, Diego Quispe, round 3.
Start. Very good.
And a no lift, a little shrug of the shoulders there, and a wry grin to his coach. But 2 lifts of 125 and 130 in his first Paralympic Games. One of his coach, Neerlandis Hidalgo, and gets warm applause from the Porte de la Chapelle Arena. Couldn't knock out his elbows. But Diego Quispe will leave with that second round lift of 130.
Konstantin Panasiuk of Ukraine is on his way to the bench. 33 years old, 170 kilos already lifted successfully in his first attempt. He wasn't able to follow suit with 177 in his second. But irrespective of what happens here on this lift, let's admire the progress. Let's admire the fact that in Tokyo, when finishing 6th, his finest lift was 155 kilos. He is looking to add a further 22 kilos to his name in the history books at the Paralympic Games. Will it happen here in Paris right now on his 3rd lift? 177 kilos on the bar for Konstantin Panasiuk.
Start. Break.
Not to beat for the man from Odessa, but he is quite rightly soaking up the moment. And his serious progress from his time in Tokyo. He's added a further 15 kilos onto his CV for when the next Paralympics comes round, and at the age of 33, you would venture to say that there is a few more in this man. It'll be 8th place for Konstantin Panasiuk of the Ukraine here at Paris.
Stanislav Shakiev will be next in Kazakhstan with his 3rd and final lift. 36-year-old who finished 4th in Tbilisi. That was a few years ago, 2021. 7th in Dubai in the World Championships. That was 176. So he's already beaten that here in Paris with his second round lift of 178. Attempt 3 will be 181. 181 will see him remain in 6th place, solidify his place on the leaderboard. Stanislav been lifting for 6 years. Took up at 30. Sport of para-powerlifting. Progressing all the time. This will be 181. Again, to remain in 6th place in Paris. being tightened as tight as possible. 20 seconds to go.
Start. Rack.
No lift. So no lift for Stanislav Shakiev. And Shakiev will leave with that second round lift of 178. At the moment will remain in 6th place here in Paris. Shakiev, 2 out of 3. Just finding that 181 too much to complete the press sequence. The current time is in 6th position.
Paskalis Kumuloglu of Greece is stepping out for his 3rd and final lift. 176 was no sweat in his opening attempt, but 181 getting the better of him come round 2. He's up for the sequel with 181, and this would take his Paralympic record lift even further on a personal level. Well, it looked good and it felt real good for the Greek. And he's rewarded with 3 white lights. Outstanding final lift from Paskalis Kulumoglu. And he embraces those here in support. This would have been in an empty arena in Tokyo 3 years ago when he lifted 163 kilos for a 7th place finish. Well, he's put himself in 6th with a mighty effort of 181 kilos here in Paris.
Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo of Chile, currently in 5th place. Attempting 187 here. He will remain, regardless, in 5th place. It's been another fabulous Paralympic Games for Juan, who's started in Sydney near 2000 and finished 4th in Tokyo, 183. His best lift, looking to beat that by some margin with this 187. He's already got the 184 in the back pocket. Can Garrido Acevedo lift 187 and head back to Santiago, Chile? Continue making furniture in his spare time. He's currently on a metal bench here with 187 kilograms just above his head. Round 3.
Start.
Not completing the final press sequence, and it will be a no lift for Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo, who's entertained the crowd here at the Porte de la Chapelle Arena when lifting his 2 lifts of 180 and 184, and I'm sure will be given a very warm ovation. Won over the crowd straight away and will remain in 5th place in Paris 2024.
Get ready for a legend of El Salvadorian Paralympic sport, Herbert Acetunio, the flag bearer at the opening ceremony of the Games here in Paris, performing the same role that he did in Rio and in Tokyo, and as he has done so at the last two Pan American Games, he's even lit the cauldron before at the opening ceremony of the Central American and Caribbean Games hosted in his home city of San Salvador. Well, he needs to be on fire here to lift 196 kilos to propel himself into the bronze medal position that is populated by Mohsen Bakhtiar as we speak. He failed at 195, having successfully lifted 193 at his first attempt. He's got this kind of weight in him. We saw him win the World Cup event in Tbilisi earlier in the year with 195. 196 here now on the bar to put him in contention of bronze.
Start. Rack.
And it's good. It is good from Herbert Acetunio. 2 white lights, 196 mastered, and a bronze medal berth for the time being for the great Paralympian of El Salvador. Well, we said he needed to be on fire for this lift. He was red hot in the press. And with 196 kilos shifted, he now sits in bronze.
Mohsen Bakhtiar of the Islamic Republic of Iran, attempting 197 kilograms. He's just dropped down into 4th place with that lift of Acetunio, and this will now propel him back to the bronze medal position. So for a bronze medal, Mohsen Bakhtiar will attempt 197 kilograms. Way more than he's lifted in major competitions before. Recent World Championships, 183 he lifted. This is 197 for a bronze medal in Paris.
Start.
Locks out his elbows. Is it bronze for Bakhtiar? It is! 3 white lights. And Mohsen Bakhtiar of the Islamic Republic of Iran has a bronze medal in Paris. 3 lifts out of 3, 192, 195, and now 197. Bakhtiar, an excellent lift and fully deserving of his bronze medal. Fabulous end to his lift, locking out those elbows absolutely identically. A bronze medal winner.
Let's sort out gold and silver, shall we? And the man standing silver right now is Chi Yong Kai with a best lift of 197 kilos. That's just been matched by Mohsen Bakhtiar, but by virtue of the fact that Chi Yong Kai lifted that weight first, he is assured of silver, but he wants gold. He wants 200 kilos to try and eclipse the 198 that Mohamed Al-Manyawi has by his name. He wants to repeat the feat of Tokyo, where he claimed gold in this very competition. He will need this lift, 200 kilos, to stand any chance of gold.
Start.
The ball roared north by the muscular frame of Chi Yong Kai. 200 kilos successfully shifted. 3 white lights, top of the leaderboard, in the gold medal position, with just one more competitor to come. And a gold medal for his coach in the background, Sun Xiaogang, the club that Sun Xiaogang, his coach. And an anxious wait now, 1 lift to go.
Well, Mohamed Al-Manyawi's been backstage watching every lift, I'm sure. And it's all rather simple. Lift this and the gold medal is yours. It's 201 kilograms. Mohamed Al-Manyawi from Egypt. At his first Paralympic Games, the 25-year-old has a lift to win gold. Round 3, 201 kilograms for the gold medal.
Start.
Looks anxiously at the board, and a good lift and a gold medal for Al-Manyawi. Mohamed Al-Manyawi has lifted 201 kilograms and has taken gold in the men's up to 59 kilogram category in his first Paralympic Games. A roar of delight turns into emotion, and Mohamed Al-Manyawi with a perfect competition, 3 lifts out of 3, and 201 kilograms means he is the Paralympic champion here in Paris. Given the flag of Egypt, there's a possibility he might try for a Paralympic and world record equal in lift. But at the moment, it's all about the gold medal. Mohamed Al-Manyawi, an excellent lift in round 3. And is the gold medal winner. 201 kilograms. And he's the Paralympic champion at 25. And look what it means for Al-Manyawi.
Beautiful scenes at the conclusion of a wonderful competition. Just look at how tight it was at the top and throughout that leaderboard. But it is bronze for Marcel Bakhtiar of Iran, Ji Yongkai of China takes silver, and Mohammed Elman Yawi of Egypt claims a quite brilliant gold with the very last lift of the competition.
La caméra arrive sur vous, ça doit exploser les jeunes. Allez, waouh! La cérémonie des vainqueurs de la compétition de Powerlifting masculine, moins de 59 kilos.
It is time for the medal ceremony for the men's up to 59 kilo Powerlifting competition at Paris 2024. And what a competition it was, and what worthy medalists all three of our athletes are.
Seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
Monsieur Jorge Moreno, responsable de World
Mr. Jorge Moreno, the head of World Powerlifting, amongst the medal presentation party,
accompanied by
and Mrs. Georgina Grenon, the Sustainability Director for Paris 2024, fittingly so in this arena that is in keeping with all the tenets of the sustainability at the heart of this Games.
Médaillé de bronze représentant l'Iran.
bronze medalist representing Islamic Republic of Iran, Mohsen Bakhtir.
Mohsen Bakhtir was in a tussle for that bronze medal all the way through the competition. He sat top of the log at times and in the silver position, but ultimately it is a fabulous bronze for this man from Iran. A first Paralympic Games and a first medal for Mohsen Bakhtir of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Médaillé d'argent représentant la Chine.
Silver medalist representing People's Republic of China, Qi Yongkai.
Qi Yongkai, the gold medalist from Tokyo heading into these Games, was in a talented field that brought out his very best. 200 kilos lifted and another medal hanging round the neck of the man from the People's Republic of China. And a Parafrige mascot for him also. Silver medal in the men's up to 59 kilo powerlifting category. The People's Republic of China's Qi Yongkai. And for this man, I wonder if it's quite sunk in yet. Literally moments ago, he was on that bench behind him with the last lift of the competition. He was forced into a corner, a 201 kilo corner, where he simply had to move it to claim gold. And he rose like the bar to the challenge. And Egypt's Mohamed El Manyawi is the gold medalist of the men's up to 59 kilo powerlifting here at Paris 2024.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you're able for the anthem of Egypt.
Your medalists in the men's up to 59 kilo para powerlifting final. Bronze for Iran's Mohsen Bakhtiar, silver for China's Chi Yongkai, and gold for Mohammed El-Manyali. El-Manyali inscribes another gold leaf chapter in the rich para powerlifting tomes of Egypt, following in the exploits of his hero, Sherif Osman.
aux Jeux Paralympiques de Paris 2024. Au retour, n'oubliez pas que le droit de Paris 2024 sont là pour vous. Merci les autres.
The Porte de la Chapelle Arena has just experienced an exhibition of Paralympic powerlifting with athletes at the peak of their powers. In the women's up to 50 kilo final, bronze was taken by GB's Olivia Broom, silver to Xiao Jinping, and gold for Venezuela's Clara Fuentes. Whilst in the men's up to 59 kilo final, it was bronze for Iran's Mohsen Bakhtiar, silver for Chi Yongkai, and gold for Mohammed El-Manyali of Egypt. Another fine display of para powerlifting at Paris 2024.
Find all the Paris 2024 product ranges and official boutiques and on-site sales outlets. The merchandise store is still open.
La session d'aujourd'hui est terminée. Merci d'avoir participé aux Jeux Paralympiques de Paris 2024. Avant de partir, n'oubliez pas de vérifier que vous avez tous vos effets